Good afternoon to all. As promised, to each one of you that I would be sharing some of the notes, or points, bullet points from Simon the Beauvoir's chapter on the married woman, and this is chapter number 5. If you have got the text, now I know that majority of you had this concern that yes, how we are supposed to go and should we focus on all the situations that she is discussing in. I told you that it's one of the important questions, and she herself is a popular feminist, and the way she has discussed certain things, especially with respect to the marriage and the young girls. So, we need to look at it and see whether this is going to be a general or universal problems that each one of us is facing now, or is it that it's just pertaining to the West because she comes from France. We all know that. Now there are a few points which immediately, the next video that I'll be uploading, you will be seeing what are the various points that you need to remember while you're reading her text. Now, certain philosophical concepts are present for us. We need to keep those things, those points, I would say, at the background and check it out as to how she is, going ahead and discussing the issues or the situations in her chapter, especially on the married woman. Number one. And the most important point is to remember singularity to generalization, or what I would call it as existential instance to the generalization or the universalization of certain things. Now, then it's up to you how you would be, looking or observing, perceiving the entire thing. Do you feel that yes, whatever situation she's talking about is a universal one? When I'm saying it's a universal one, it means that these problems are even existing today also. Okay, so each one of us, we will see whether it is there or not. Now, when you are reading the particular textbook or when you're hearing this particular lecture, I want you to make 3 columns in your notes. One, what was the situation as discussed by Simone de Beauvoir. Second column would be your criticism against her situation, and the third one would be what do you think the situation appears to be in the contemporary world. Now, if you are able to do it, then you can very easily connect it out, and you are able to take care. Though I would be adding those points also side by side. Now, that is why the lecture, this particular chapter, as from a feminist perspective, is a very important one. Not only in now, I would say, now since majority of you are coming from different backgrounds like political science, sociology, history, psychology, honors, economics, I would really appreciate if you are able to read the chapter with a critical point of view. It's not just through an enthusiasm that what she is discussing it, and you need to even before hearing to my lectures, I would appreciate even if you are reading the Wikipedia page on Simone de Beauvoir, wherein we come to know what she is actually as a person and what really happened in her own life also, because of which she is able to write such a lucid and lucrative, I would say, details about the concepts itself. Now, given this thing, then what are we going to do it? Number one, I would be focusing exclusively on the various situations. Now, there are around 45 to 48 situations which are there in the entire 99 pages that we have got. And most probably, I would be picking up the passages which are more important rather than reading the entire paragraph one after the other. Then relate them to the other prescribed text. Now we have, I mean, there is a text prescribed from the writer like Rachel, then we have to see that also. Now that's the reason why I'm picking up this textbook right now. Then you have got Amartya Sen. Look what he has to say. The inequalities, is it just the economical terms only that we're talking about, or there is some kind of an inequality present due to feminism also? And within the feminism also, the ages are different, the backgrounds are different. So we will see the multiculturalism and how the cultural relativism is coming in. Similarly, when you are reading the textbook by Ambedkar, B.R. Ambedkar, then look, when he's talking about the caste, now is it just the caste, or there are some other differences differentiations also, present in our contemporary world. Similarly, Peter Singer, when he's talking about feminines, poverty, and affluence, he's involving the government bodies and the NGOs and the other big institutions, how they are working together. Then see what it is not. By the time you come back to the animal ethics by Peter Singer, which is my favorite essay, you can just think: is it just the animals who are suffering, or can we extend it in two ways? You can look his essay from women suffering of a woman, suffering of a child, then suffering of a baby, then the way he moves towards the suffering of the animals. Now, I'm not just restricting myself to women, because Simone de Beauvoir even discusses about the man. So you also have to include and see whether there is that common suffering that is present in the world or not. Now, this is how you're going to integrate and understand each one of them. Now, apart from that, I'm seeing the essays that we have got into our syllabus. James Rachel, then we have got two essays from her: the elements of the moral philosophy, the challenge of the cultural relativism. Then we have got morality and relationship, wherein we are discussing the married woman of Beauvoir. And then I have got, I would say, morality, parents, and children, again by James Rachel. And you will be seeing how well she's discussing about it. And each one of you, I think, have mastered this particular article, and you have discussed very nicely in your assignments as well as the class test. Then we have got Ambedkar's caste in India, the mechanism, genesis, and development, affluence and poverty, Amartya Sen's textbook, that is inequality re-examined. It's a very difficult text, I can understand. However, I'll try my best to make it as simple as it, so that you're able to go ahead and understand. His philosophy is excellent, and we will see how to understand him. Then we have got Peter Singer's Feminine Affluence and Morality. This is also a very important article. And last, but there are three, four more papers out there, like David Archer's Privacy, the Public Interest, and the Prurient Public. That's number one. Then Pornography, the paper written by Anne Gary, Sex Lies, and Pornography. We will see as to what she is talking about. What kind of lies are there? Now, we all know that you're not supposed to lie. Now, here, what exactly is the philosophical importance of lie, and especially in terms of sex and pornography? That is also, again, we are going to do it. Last but not the least, animals. We all love them. So here, all animals are equal under the title of animal ethics is something that you are going to even read and understand at also the textbook. I think this is the agenda for the entire thing for me, after one after the other. So you are going to connect it out, integrate with the other text wherever possible. I'll be giving you the bullet points that yes, try to understand what the other thinker is telling us, especially Rachel, then Beauvoir, then we have got Amartya Sen, Ambedkar, and finally Peter Singer. So these are the 5 ways in which you can look and understand the philosophies and relate them and see how well, in this manner what happens is that you can yourself criticize their points, or the how the each one of them are treating their own thoughts, and that can be pointed out as the critical part for the next thinker also. So I'm going to stop here with this introduction, and let me start off with the text on Simone de Beauvoir's The Married Woman. Till then, thanks and take care. Bye.